Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Indian markets are now turning to be extremely volatile ahead of the weekend, jittery as they are on an expected Indian response to the Pahalgam crisis that unfolded earlier this week. Ahead of the weekend, the markets are moving in a very large range. In fact, if you see the Nifty, it recovered from an intraday low of 23,850, and the high for today has been 24,365. So the index is moving in a range of roughly 550 to 600 points intraday, and as of now it's still down 96 points at 24,147. The bank Nifty is down 300 points at about 54,900, and the IT index is in the green marginally, 1.3% higher at 35,785. Remember, this index has also slipped into the red in early deals. If you look at the broader markets, round of very strong profit booking across the board. The advance decline ratio is in the favor of bears. 2188 shares are down, 2188 shares are in the red compared with 290 that are in the green. So the advance decline ratio is 1:8 favoring bears. For every one share that is in the green, there are 8 that are trading in the red. All 19 indices apart from the Nifty IT index are in the red. The top losing index is the Nifty Alpha 50, 2.2% lower at 47,468. Realty index is down 1.9%. Similarly, the small cap and the mid cap indices have also lost between 1.6 and 1.9% respectively. This is widespread profit booking that's happening in the market, which had run up extremely sharply in the last 2 weeks of April. Today is also the first day of the FNO expiry for the month of May. April and March have been fantastic, and so far we have a very strong bout of profit booking that has started in the market since early morning. What are the stocks that are in top shape as far as markets are concerned? In terms of top traded counters, it's Vari Energy, 4.36% lower at 2,716. Remember, the anchor sell-off or the anchor sell date of all those investors that had invested in this company opens up today. The lock-in ends, and that's why you see a 4.3% downtick on Vari Energy at 2,716. Bombay Stock Exchange, the second most active traded counter, down 1.5% at 6,400 almost, and SBI Life is amongst the very few winners in the top traded list, up 5% at 1690. This is primarily on the back of very strong earnings that the counter reported. Similarly, IT is showing strength. Persistent Systems up 3%, Infosys up 3%, and Coforge up 3%. These are the mid-cap ID frontline leaders that are doing extremely well. Parts of the other market are also in good shape. Let me just greet you with the top performing stocks in the Nifty 500. Chennai Petroleum is up 3% at 646. Nuvama Wealth Management has added 3.18% at 6,323. And similarly, you have a fairly strong move coming into Canfin Homes, 1.5% higher. Let's look at the volume buzzers in the markets. For now, a lot of activity on the long side is at IEX. 15 times the 5-day average has been traded. The counters up 1.2% at 193, and more than 5.3 crore shares have been traded. Similarly, you have a strong move coming into Cient Limited. This is post earnings, but a 5% downtick at 1177, and 8 times the 5-day average that we see with us. There's selling pressure with heavy volume on L&T Technology Services, SBI Card, Idea Cellular, Laurus Labs, and of course Macrotech Developers, which is Lodha. Again, numbers at Lodha were pretty good as far as fourth quarter performance is concerned, but it did not attract more buyers on the long side. Stocks that have hit all-time highs in today's trade are fairly well known. Two cement giants, large cap Ultratech Cement, which is the largest player in The cement sector, with an installed capacity in excess of 130 million tons, is at a fresh record high, 12,186. Mid-cap counter JK Cement is again at a fresh record high, 5,248. The intraday high or the record high was 5,323. Record high on Bombay Stock Exchange as well, and also on Solar Industries defense play, the company that makes explosives that are used in by Coal India. 12,846, 3% lower, and the intraday high for Solar Industries is 13,300. What are the stocks which are on circuit, if any? E2E networks up 5%. This is at 2,198. There is BGR Energy 5% higher at 98.3, and similarly you have decent moves coming in on Kesoram Industries, on another counter called Sadbhav Engineering, and of course BGR Energy, the ones that we've just discussed. In terms of mid caps, what are the stocks that are doing phenomenally well at this point of time? You have a strong move coming into all three mid cap IT stocks that we've already discussed: Infosys, Coforge and Persistent, KPIT Technologies, and some parts of the banking sector, which is Indian Bank 0.5% higher, Bank of Maharashtra 0.2% higher, and of course Polycab 0.7% higher at 5555. This is the state of play as far as markets are concerned. Ahead of the weekend, there is some kind of skittishness and nervousness when it comes to the broader markets. Look at the way how within NSE 50 there are just 4 plus 3, 7 gainers. 43 stocks in NSE 50, the main index, are down, mainly on account of profit booking, but markets generally skittish ahead of a weekend, which just might result in some kind of flare up on the border, given the tensions that are happening, skyrocketing tensions that are happening between India and Pakistan over the Pahalgam horror that happened earlier this week. In fact, if you look at the top 35 stocks in terms of volume, there are only 5 stocks that are in the green. All of them are in the red. Axis Bank, despite a very strong fourth quarter performance, is down 3.4% at 1165, and giving it company are HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank. Reliance is also weak, 1300. Remember, Reliance declares its earnings late evening today. So that's the broad wrap up of what markets are at 2:10 p.m. Let's see how the last 1 hour of trade pans out. But for the moment, it's a bit of profit booking and it's a bit of skittishness ahead of the long weekend. Let's hope that things turn out the way India has planned, and that there is adequate relief that Pahalgam victims get. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to Business Today Television. There's a lot that's happening on the other side of this break. Thank you for watching.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is the earnings special.